In other words, what we're learning here is, it is because you are so grateful to Allah and you realize that you have to praise Allah so much that naturally you want to become His slave. You want to become His slave. This is a different kind of slavery. Something that begins with hamd. No other slavery begins with hamd. This is the only one. No other slavery is voluntary. By the way, halfway down the ayah we volunteer ourselves as slaves. Iyaka na'budu. Allah doesn't say become slaves. We say we worship. We enslave ourselves. We give ourselves in. So it's a different kind of slavery. Notice, nobody ever applies for a job to become a slave. Nobody ever says, oh, I make a really good slave, I'm really good at taking beatings, I love living in a shack in the backyard, etc., etc. Nobody does that. Nobody wants to be a slave. But when it comes to Allah, we declare in the Fatiha that we actually want to be His slaves. We want to be His slaves, right? So Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Now, the other thing that you never associate with a master is mercy. A master is usually associated with oppression, forcing things on you, punishing you if you disobey Him. But Allah describes Himself as soon as He tells us He's Rabbil Alameen. What's the next description? You all know this by heart. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. 2 words for mercy. Now, I know English translations commonly say the beneficent, the merciful. But I'm going to give you a down-to-earth translation, because you don't use the word beneficent in everyday English. So you don't really probably connect with that word very easily. Ar-Rahman basically means someone who is being extremely merciful right now. That's basically the connotation of the word. Someone who's being merciful right now, and they are being extremely merciful right now. Unimaginably merciful. Now when you say about somebody, that person is very merciful, then they may not be engaged in mercy right now. They may be merciful, but not necessarily right now. When you say this is a nice guy, that doesn't necessarily mean he's being nice when? Right now. But when you say Ar-Rahman, what does that mean? That not only Allah is extremely merciful, that His mercy is being executed immediately, right now. And Ar-Rahim means someone who has always been and always will always be merciful. So Ar-Rahman takes care of our immediate need for mercy, and Ar-Rahim takes care of our future need for mercy. Both of them are covered in these 2 words. And these 2 words are incredibly powerful in depicting Allah's mercy.